guys. Decided to start completely over on this build and start fresh with new metal, new billet, new everything for these twists, and I think you're going to enjoy it. After consulting with a couple experts and my mentors, we figured that I might be running too much oxygen into my forge, so what you see here is me trying to line it out and avoid getting any scale buildup on the material. What you're looking at is the little bubbly things here is the borax that's actually eating the oxidization away. First couple passes, setting the welds in nice and slow, nice and gently. The little buildup you see is the inside of my forge from all the borax eats away at the lining of your forge, so it kind of gets on your material, but grinds off pretty. Here you see the welds are all set, and so far so good. Pretty pleased with it.
Thanks for tuning in again. I know this has been kind of a shit show lately, but I feel like we finally got one to stick. Um, really not sure why all the other countless efforts we've been doing for this knife has failed, but I feel like we finally got this one to stick, and so probably not going to do a lot of recording of the forging process just because you've seen it already. The goal is to draw it out to however long, so I can hopefully get two twist patterns, 15 millimeter by 15 millimeter squares or octagons, and then we'll twist them, forge weld it all together, and then we'll have hopefully a pretty badass little Seax. So with that being said, like I said, I'm not gonna video the forging process on this part. We're going to go through it all once we get to the twisting part and forge welding all that together.
So just like before, we got these forged out into two octagon shaped billets. There'll be alternating twists, so I didn't record that process because I've recorded it several times. If you want to see that, go back and check it out in my other videos. Speaking of which, if you're finding this interesting, like and subscribe would be awesome. Thank you. If you've been following along this far, you know that this is about the point that I got to in the last video that everything started to come apart. So slow way down and make sure that everything is moving right along nice and slowly here. And I'm only doing like 1 or 2 twists, as you can see from the previous videos or the previous footage, that I really did not want to mess this up again. Again, I didn't record a lot of the process after this. I just forged the 2 twists out flat and line them up, tack weld them all together. The top layer is wrought iron, and then the 2 twists. So that's what you're looking at here. Just a little bit close up of how tight it should be, and honestly, it should be even more tight than that. In the next clip, you'll see me tapping it, setting the weld. So it looks like we've got everything welded up nice and neat. There's a couple little teeny tiny spots that I'm not too fond of, but I really feel like a lot of that will grind out in the wash. And when I set the other welds for the other material, it should be even better. So should really fine tune all these welds together as we're working through the knife and keeping it at forge weld temperatures. There's still a lot of work left to do. You can see right here what I'm pointing at is it's not quite welded together on the edges. This was before I started ramping up the pressure in my forge. I went from around 15 psi on these welds up to 25 on the next set, even though I didn't really record any of that process, unfortunately. It really seemed to help though. So here we are. This big fat line is just where the seam was and where some of these borax fell into it. I'm kind of wondering if that's half of my problem, is I'm just not getting quite a snug enough fit. But as you can see, we are pretty good. I feel like everything is going to grind out when I start doing the taper, which is why I didn't grind this all away, because I wanted as much material as possible. The other side, this side looks really good. So we'll probably end up using this side as the tip, and then this side is the handle. If we need to grind more away, we can. Like I said, all this is going to come out when I hit it with the grinder and start grinding in my bevels. But otherwise, I feel like we are a lot closer than we were before. So like I said at the beginning of the video, I talked to a couple experts and they recommended bumping my propane up to 25 psi and really choking back the oxygen. So this was me playing around with it and making sure that there was no oxidization building up on the billets. This is the wolf tooth weld. After this, I really didn't do a lot of videoing. I really wanted to just focus on making sure everything set and was nice and neat. So thanks for watching. I did, however, manage to take a couple pictures, which we'll just go through really quick. This is the wolf tooth weld and how well it sank together with the adjustments to the propane forge. There's a few little spots I'd like to clean up, but I wanted to leave as much meat on the material as possible. And here you see all 4 welds together as one. I won't be able to sand anything away or grind anything away until tomorrow after work, just because it's normalizing right now. So once again, thank you guys for watching.